The story of Destiny 2 Renegades explained. The most important cutscenes, dialogue, and story moments from the main campaign. Welcome Guardians, let's dive right in. So if you need a story recap of Destiny or the Fate saga so far, I have a playlist and made a video a few days ago explaining what you need to know. Background information on characters you need to know for Renegades and Edge of Fate's story explained. That will get you right where you need to be to jump into this new DLC if you are new or haven't been around for a while. But let's talk about the story of Renegades. I'm going to explain the story but also play important dialogue bits and cutscenes. A quicker summary will be at the end of the video if you are interested. The Fate saga deals with the 9, interdimensional dark matter beings tied to the gravity wells of our planets. They are named 1 through 9. At the end of the Edge of Fate, 3, the member of the 9 tied to Earth, died. Lodi, a new character, became the 9's new emissary, and we were left with a prophecy: bind the 9 or face universal extinction. Renegades begins 2 months after the events of the Edge of Fate. The Vanguard has hidden this prophecy from the people of the city. Earth is experiencing changes because of 3's death, and the Drifter now sees new connections between the 9 and something else happening in the solar system. The 9 showed him a vision, and it was terrifying. Next to that, there's a new Cabal army rising way too fast. The Vanguard won't sanction any mission, so Drifter forms a crew to take on this challenge for himself. You have Ido, Drifter's partner Eris Morn. Anur, a warlock of the Praxic Order who were all about the use of light in the past and no darkness. She investigated Drifter and his con games for years. Drifter's ghost is there named Blue, who can't speak after saving him years ago. They kind of hate each other. And of course, you have the Guardian. The campaign opens with the crew stealing an encrypted disk, a disk that has valuable information on the Barrent Imperium. The Imperium chases the crew in their massive starship and pull the Drifter ship inside of it with a tractor beam. The voice of Premier Loom echoes over the loudspeaker as he announces he and Dredgen Bael's arrival. Loom is the head of the Imperium Cabal. Dredgen Bael is an evil villain with ties to Drifter's past. They board Drifter's ship and freeze the Drifter in some sort of stasis.
Hide yourselves. We're not done fighting yet, Ido.
Who's using that name? Get moving, will you?
So long for this. Dredgen hope.
In the first mission, Anur, Eris, and Ido talk to us as we fight through the ship, making our way to where Drifter was held. We learned some fun facts, like the name of the Cabal species is actually the Barrent. We travel through a trash compactor and finally reach the detention facility. We get some info pretty early on that Dredgen Bael and Six, the member of the Nine tied to Saturn, are clearly connected somehow.
I thought I left the Dredgens behind. This light bearer, his name's Bael. Dredgen Bael. I don't know why they're showing me something I thought I buried. But I was right. The Nine ain't done with us.
Did you come for Dredgen Hope? Or for me? The singularity of Kepler was to be the deliverance of the Outer Nine. Your clotted, spilled blood denied our liberation. Know this false weapon. In every future, you are a jailer.
Oh. This is the soul of a celestial body. One of the Nine. They are speaking without the emissary.
We find the Drifter and escort his stasis block back to Drifter's ship in the hangar. Just as we get him inside, Ainur tells us to fire up the engines as she has a standoff with Dredgen Bael.
Oh, damn. Lost a little skin there. Thanks for the save, hero. Thought I was gonna end up chilling drinks for the Imperium. Bael, hey, can you get my left leg? It's falling asleep in here. Okay, fine. You talk like the emissary talks. It can't be the Nine, and that's why it has to be. No, I'm not gonna ditch you for him. Can't you have a little faith? Knock that off. Just tell Ainur to hurry up and disable that tractor beam so we can blow this fuel depot.
What is that?
Dredgen Bael.
Start the engines. Take off as soon as you can.
The Drifter belongs with us. It's in his nature. He has so much to teach.
He isn't the mentor you want. The Drifter left your cult long ago. I can tell you're new blood, untrained. Does Dredgen Bael know you mock his name?
Not mockery. Continuity. I carry the mantle now. You're a Praxic warlock. You crave justice. Why die for a criminal?
The more you push to keep him, the more I'm inclined to resist. You follow in the footsteps of Guardian killers. Why do you hate your own kind so much?
No more questions.
As you wish.
Back in the city, Zavala speaks, which was kinda nice to hear. He realizes there is this new threat out there we're fighting, but the Vanguard don't really want anything to do with it. They are focused on the prophecy itself, concealing it, trying to figure out how to stop it. They can't focus on these other missions. So instead, we travel to Tharsis outpost to get help in our next steps. We have this Imperium disk, but we need the local crime syndicates to help us figure out what's on it. This information is super important, and Drifter shows us the vision the Nine implanted within him when he was captured.
We'll get you set up on building a reputation for yourself out here on Tharsis, gaining leverage on the local miscreants. But as the Nine weapon, there's something you gotta know first. I know I sold you on this job as a scam on the Imperium, but you heard on that ship what I've known all along. The Nine are backing the Imperium at the top. They surprised me with that junior dredging, but they're pulling his strings too. I've had the same nightmare since Kepler. A vision that runs and smells and tastes on repeat every time I close my eyes. And in my heart, I know the threat. If I don't do it, they hurt her. Back on that ship, Bael knew me as a dredgen. Heard stories of the sad old days and wanted a close-up look. Thought that was all there was to connect us. But there's more. A couple months ago, I had this vision. Didn't know if I was cracking up or what. Because when I came to, I tasted granite and battery acid. And I knew it came from the Nine. Today, that same voice spoke through Bael. Never gonna get that taste out of my mouth. Just listen before you judge, all right? They told me.
Attend my exegesis. Eschaton is coming. I am informing you of your path because futurity dictates now is when you are informed. Little mannequin of flesh and fear, not made to see your end. The outer perspective widens. We know your binary option. We know the zero you choose. You will relinquish your insupportable burden and know peace. Join the Shadow. Raise his tools against what wronged you. Banish the light. Save yourself from forever. Blinded, small thing. Freedom lives in the foreordained. One heart within your body. One without. Chains that bind your fate. Break them. Be free. Or the maze door opens needlessly to deep, grieved death.
So Dredgen Bael has evil intentions. Six speaks through him and has some sort of master plan. The outer members of the Nine have a clear goal. The vision that the Drifter saw told him to join Dredgen Bael and banish the light, become the new leader of the Barrent Imperium, and destroy the city and its guardians. The information on the disc was uploaded to Drifter's ghost Blue, and because Blue can't speak, we can't figure out the info we need. So with the spider, we enter the lawless frontier to track a courier for him to get the ghost parts we need to repair Blue. There are 3 crime syndicates in Tharsis. You will work with each of them at some point, but also backstab others when needed, so you'll fight them in the field too. Back in Tharsis, we have the parts we need and we fix Blue, finally allowing her to speak. Turns out she's really angry at the Drifter, has a pretty cool accent. And we also get our next goals.
Did it work?
You doorknob! You lousy, awful, stupid, waste of light, bottom-feeding leech!
Hello to you, too.
Are you disloyal, coin-flipping, ghost-ditching, scraggly beard two-timer? If you had a mom, she wouldn't call you! Oh, and the only time you're sincere is when you're asking for money! And your headband makes you look like a line cook!
Guardian, thank you for fixing my ghost. This is Blue. Named her because of that sunny personality.
Bite me! I need to talk to the Guardian. With my voice. That was healing. Drifter and I have a complicated relationship. Scratch that, it's not complicated. He's a flake. No, worse than a flake. He's a scoundrel. That data he stole wasn't any old data. It was plans for a superweapon. Nightfall Station. No idea on its payload. Drifter's sure the Imperium's connected to the Nine. And I think he's right. This tech, it's impossible. And that vision he showed you, it has him shook. Me too. Now he's shut away from me, from Ido, from Arno, which I get. And Eris. The one person he let in. Watch him. I gave up my voice to save the Drifter once. I'm through keeping my mouth shut.
Drifter says he might have to do something crazy. He might have to willingly submit to Bael, act like he's a part of his crew to learn some more information. You know, Dredgens working with Dredgens. While Blue takes some time to sift through what she can about the encrypted disk, the Guardian continues their missions. We head to Venus to do a job with the Pikers, the First Syndicate. They are a group of Elixni atheists, and for them we take down a bounty target. Meanwhile, Eris and Drifter pick up a 9 signature out in orbit of Mars, and it's really powerful. This is not good. The Imperium seem to be up to something.
Whoa. You picked that up on the Vanguard sats? Some kind of high-yield energy emission.
Something near Mars, but away from orbit. Their signature is of the Nine.
We learn they appear to be experimenting with anti-light tech, building some sort of superweapon called the Nightfall Station. The Guardian heads in to do some demolition to one of the test sites for this weapon to try and learn some more. In this mission, Anur and Zavala speak, have some butting head ideals, like how Anur doesn't like that the prophecy is being held from the people of the city.
Your ride's heading out to you. We'll get you out.
I guess I'm feeling nostalgic, whether I wanted it or not. And I really have a spare moment. Those early strikes on the Martian frontier were a highlight of my career, Guardian. Just wanted you to know.
Drifter has an idea on how to break open the info in the disk and get more info on the Nightfall Station's superweapon. On Mars, Spider says he's got a deal for us that can get us behind Imperium firewalls. If we clear out an outpost for him, he'll give us a shank that can hack certain systems.
The code in here is wicked, real anti-Guardian. Got light deadfalls everywhere. The Pikers didn't write this.
Of course not. They stole it from the young Empress Keitel.
Wait, we're allies. Why would Keitel have anti-ghost encryption?
Contingencies, my dear. No, there is an outpost across the basin. The Pikers want it. Clear it out, and the shank is yours. One last thing. It's a totality division post. Make sure none of your new friends survive to rat you out.
That's it. All right, deploying the shank.
If everyone involved in this transaction is on the level, this shank should splice the Imperium data terminals for us and get us their plans quick.
We fight through Mars in walkers, get some information about the Nightfall station on the way. And in the end, Spider dips as he normally does, as we try to defend his barge from enemies. But in the end, there's too many explosions and it crashes into the sands of Mars.
All right. I've got the first tranche of data. Reviewing it now. Anti-baryonic scoops. Infalling density reservoirs. Large-scale super-annealing. These are plans for a colossal dark matter projector. A system that uses the same energy as the Nine. Zavala was right. They're building a weapon. Just received another data packet from the Shank. A moment. The nearly functional prototype is on a ship. Imperium Registry. Bahaghari, pull it up on our scopes.
Wait, that's the ship Eris and I saw bleeding Nine energy. It's headed into Mars's orbit.
Stopping that ship just became our first priority.
The bikers are trying to cover their tracks.
Very ugly business, but it's you and them.
Save my ship, and I will give you Mars.
Spider isn't here. He ran. Well, weapons free.
The Imperium is transmitting bombs onto the barge. Defuse them! No. You know what? No way. Too many. Just get out of there!
Look, Spider's barge is gone. Nothing we can do about it now. Let's go, Guardian.
But we did get the Shank we needed, info from the disk. Now Drifter is making his big move. He takes the derelict into orbit to go and meet with Dredgen Bael, join his side so to speak. Back in Tharsis, Blue tells the Guardian to get our ship and go after him, so we do. But during this moment, the Imperium test fires their superweapon on Tharsis outpost. A superweapon that unleashes a wave of eclipse energy. Energy that suffocates light and maybe darkness too. So every Guardian in Tharsis dies, reduced to an empty shell.
Hey! Have you lost your mind?
We both know I've done worse, Blue. Sorry, Fire Team. I need Bael to trust me. He's just a kid. And a Guardian is a terrible thing to waste.
Agents of the Last City, welcome back to Mars. We've ended the lives of dozens of Guardians and Ghosts on Tharsis. Nightfall has nullified their light. And only hollow shells remain. The 13th understanding in the 7th Book of Sorrow states that to rend one's enemies is to see them not as equals,
but objects, hollow of spirit and meaning. Nightfall does it gladly. But we won't stop with Tharsis, no. Nightfall is coming for the last city. The time of guardians as shepherds of humanity is over. We were supposed to protect the people, not rule them. The Vanguard must evacuate the city, or be eradicated when nightfall fills your sky.
I didn't understand what was happening at first. All those guardians and ghosts.
Dozens of casualties, every one of them irreplaceable. And Drifter has disappeared without a trace.
That life always cuts and runs. We can't rely on him.
It was all so normal. But then, that horrible light. How many guardians would those ghosts have found? How many people would they have saved? Bael was right there, and all I could do was hide.
For now, we should focus on stopping Bael. The city is his next target. The Vanguard will be focused on preparing for an extinction-level event. In the meantime, we have leads to follow. Guardian, we need you ready.
Drifter's running a Bael. Thinks his vision is saying Eris will die if he doesn't. As if we can't change that. I'm through trying to stop his foolishness. He can chase the 9 without me.
Drifter's ghost Blue cuts him off. Drifter is with Bael now, acting as if he's part of his crew. The Drifter contacts Lodi to learn more about Bael's superweapon. It has connections to the 9, only they could have given Bael this kind of tech. They contact 6 and want to know why, or what it is it's doing with Dredge and Bael in the first place. What is 6's plan?
I suspected we needed 6. The last emissary to channel them was Zur, and, well, left him changed.
The emissary and I opened the connection. I invoke you, 6, to answer for transgression.
The outer 9 are difficult to translate. They aren't like the 9 we can have a conversation with. 6 is alien.
Abject is interest. Invocations absent of purpose.
I inquired his involvement with Dredge and Bael.
Audience is not devoid of charge.
I could feel myself losing hold on reality. 6 pushed me down.
Enough! Tell us of your intentions with Dredge and Bael.
I have a message for the weapon.
You, Guardian.
A weapon is requisite. In the distant future, we set about selection by right and by trial. A weapon was chosen, not by all, not by me. The Outer loose a more compliant tool. A weapon the Outer command, your Dredgen. Its knees bent and rings kissed. We gifted Bael the station core. With 3's death, protection negated. Prophecy is certainty. Our liberation demands causation. Volition does not exist. You will smear Bael into unrecognizable meat. For continued alignment, the Outer thank you, weapon.
We tried to hold them in place.
But his strength was too great. 6 departed, but left us with what you must know. The Outer 9 have crafted your shadow.
So Six said a weapon is needed in the future. In Edge of Fate, we know that the members of the Nine voted that the Guardian become the weapon of the Nine, which is true. But Six followed another path beyond that vote, wanted another tool. And that tool is, of course, Dredgen Bael. Six and the Outers gifted Bael the dark matter core for their super weapon, and the weapon, the Guardian, is foretold to end Bael. Ainur tells Drifter to do what he's always done on missions. At this moment in the campaign, Drifter's all confused. He's like, I'm following the vision of the Nine, but I don't know what the heck to do next. It tells me I either have to lead the Imperium or Eris Morn dies, but I don't know what to do. Ainur says, do what you've always done. Con them. Trick Bael and the Imperium. The Nightfall station isn't finished yet, but when it is, they'll be able to target any location from anywhere. We require an Imperium shuttle to board the Nightfall station. To get one, we work with the Tharsis Reformation Vex, independent Vex who love to gamble and were freed from the Conductor's new army. We head to Europa, and in this mission, Zavala and Bael have conversations to learn more about Bael. Bael is devout to Six, sees his fate, but there is a great cost. He feels so much pain because of this fate. Six and Bael built this superweapon for a reason. The Nine, or specifically Six and the Outers, want to open a portal to escape their confines. The Kepler singularity in the Edge of Fate was the first attempt. The next attempt is using Nightfall Station to kill enough light bearers to generate enough power to open said portal. Bael refers to Six as the alchemist behind these plans. We steal the cargo which has information to the shuttle logs.
At last, Commander. You know all new lights, do you not? Of the ones I slaughtered, who are you closest to?
There is nothing human of you left. Cease operations, or the Vanguard will annihilate the Imperium.
No. Weapon, you know what it means to be chosen? You understand? Maybe you don't. Being a vessel means being in constant pain. The pain is proof I am needed. I'm proud of the fate that was chosen for me. But the cost... Weapon, what's been taken from you? You can't remember, can you? The light erases the good with the bad. You'll never know. The Nine take from me. The Traveler took from you. At least my partnership with Six is temporary. Perhaps yours is too. Enough of the old man whispering in your ear. It's just us. Tell me what it's like to kill a god. To feel the life force of an all-powerful being drained by your own hand. You've done it so many times. Does it lose its luster after a while? Or does it transmute, shift from one all-powerful being to another? What you saw at Tharsis was a demonstration of eclipse energy. It negates paracausal power completely. A perfect, targeted, bloodless kill. And each light bearer's death is an offering to something greater than myself.
You speak of tithes. Who do you tithe to?
I am the hand which pens the book of the alchemist. I tithe to Six of the Nine, and he rewards me with strength. This is what Six learned from the King's Echo drifting among his rings. With enough strength, Six can carve a doorway and be liberated at last.
Bael is practicing sword logic in service to one of the outer orbits. This complicates our mission to bind the Nine. I need to speak to Ikora and the emissary. Good work here, Guardian. Our situation is dire, but this information gets us closer to stopping Bael.
Back on Europa, we enter a hidden Imperium base to steal the shuttle we need. We also get some background information on the Imperium itself, like its creation with Loom and Bael, some of their backstories.
I called up some of my sources. Listen to this. The shuttle was a Barrett prototype presented at a design conference in the last city. And our premier Loom matches records of a Brachus Loom. Keitel says he vanished with a squadron 3 years ago.
So, Loom took troops and prototype tech with him, and Six gave them more time, maybe decades, to build the Imperium.
I've got another bit of helpful news. I had my people look closer to home, and they finally got a lead. Bael's got half a dozen false identities in the city. He's been getting supplies from the Tex Mechanica foundry. I think it's time the Vanguard had a nice sit-down chat with him.
We head out to steal access codes from Elixni splicers of the Pikers. On Venus, Drifter, who's with Bael at this point, patches Lodi into the call to contact Bael. Lodi would work his magic to get more information out of him. Bael is connected to Six, feels pain from Six. He wants to know how Lodi does it as the emissary. Why doesn't Lodi feel the pain he does?
Hey, Dredgen. I hooked an emissary on the line. All 3 of us Nine touched, but they've got a special hold on Lodi. He's one of us.
Hello. You can call me Lodi if you want. Look, you have no reason to trust me, but I had to reach out. I've been in your shoes. And so is Dredge and Hope. What the Nine put us through can be frightening. Isolating.
A vessel for so many. How are you still alive? I've lost too much of myself. So many pieces. My liver, the flesh of my face. What I've lost, he replaces with metal.
What element?
How do I focus on that through the pain? Right now, I'm on Venus 2 weeks ago and here, now, at the station.
I lose myself across time. The station makes sense, but what's on Venus?
The important places get stuck. I keep coming back. Here. They're connected.
The important places do get stuck, don't they? I find that useful to ground myself if I'm adrift too long. What's it like in the other now, 2 weeks ago?
It isn't important to me. I keep getting me mixed up with Six. Everything's blurred. They took me to Venus to flip a switch, to turn on a shield generator. Is channeling the Nine painful for you?
You weren't made to be a vessel.
No. Six chose me. I'm the weapon. What do you mean you don't? That's impossible. What do you mean you're fine?
I haven't lost what you've lost. There wasn't supposed to be a second weapon. Six is using you, Bael. I'm sorry.
You can be sorry. I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean you're fine?
So we get the clearance code, but we go on sort of a side mission with Anur. She's interested in your Guardian's abilities. She sees that you are capable. She also realizes that the Praxic Order needs to change. The ideals of just believing in the light of the past doesn't seem to work anymore. Guardians wield both sides of powers for good and just reasons now. So the Praxic Order needs to change, and you can forge this path together. Anur will guide you to forge your own Praxic blade. The mission takes us to this artifact of darkness sealed away in a Praxic vault. We see the same path Bael followed to get his blade, the place where Six met him and manipulated him in the first place. Bael can't believe that he wasn't chosen to be the weapon. We learn that the Praxic Order basically created Bael accidentally. They would secretly store and experiment on these dark artifacts in their vaults. And because of that, they opened a channel that allowed 6 of the 9 to possess a Lightbearer inside, turning Bael into the Outer Member's new weapon. The Praxic Order's craze to control darkness without understanding it backfired big time.
The Praxic Order maintains vaults throughout the system to purify or lock away dangerous artifacts of darkness. Only Praxics who've earned a Cormorant seal are allowed entry. An undecorated rookie waltzing in? They'd say you're one of a kind, but it looks like an intruder's preceded us. We're here to claim your blade, and we've walked into a crime scene. I thought I understood your methods, Anur. You are uprooting Praxic tradition. Tradition should change for the right reasons. Time for your first test, Guardian.
I don't know what you're saying. What? My blood! It's boiling! Stop! Please! Every plane, a champion is perceived!
That's the end of the security log. Everything after this is glitched out.
Bael met 6 here. The Order's habits of secrecy enabled this. Our belief in our own judgment. There'd be no Tharsis ghost massacre without this vault.
We would be on Earth helping the Vanguard without this vault, Mahal. Mourn. You're right. We can still arm the Guardian with a Praxic blade, forged in Bael's shadow. A weapon for a weapon.
Weapon. Praxic. Witch. I know no one in the system cares what happens to me. Least of all you. But I spoke with your emissary and I need to know. Tell me if I'm not meant to be a weapon.
The Guardian can confirm it. Our records state from the Council witnessed on Kepler that they voted for the weapon. And it's the Guardian. I hope 6 hasn't killed your ghost already. Because 6 used you. And he doesn't plan on leaving until you're dead.
You're wrong. This is temporary. We made a deal. 6 will honor it. He has to.
You wretched soul, realizing you're not in control. The 9 abide nothing but their own rules.
6 is fire inside me, filling my lungs with smoke, white-hot pressure behind my eyes. Burning and pressing down until there's nothing left under my skin but charcoal. But I don't die. I'm a hollowed-out vessel for something else. Forever. Is that all I am to 6? Why do you get to walk away from this weapon? Why you and not me? I know you look down on me, Praxic. I can feel it. Your superiority complex tastes like corroded lead. It's burned into my tongue.
You were not meant for this role. It is why you are suffering.
I will not be pitied. I chose 6. I let him make me stronger, and it will be worth it. It has to be worth it. I am not a victim. I know the price. I am recognized by a giant. My sacrifices made me strong. So, why am I in agony? I thought the pain had a purpose, but it's just a consequence. And I have my answer. This is all there is.
Bael could never be a Praxic. We forge our blades from our inmost light. They're reflections of who we are. Know this, Guardian. You and your blade are a force for good, balanced between light and darkness. And our Order's very first hunter.
There's no way out for you either. It can't just be me. I can't be alone in this. Hope will understand.
Superb blade work, Guardian. You've taken your first steps towards Praxic dogma. For whatever the hell that's worth. It seems the Order... that we created Bael in the first place. Your methods armed Bael. Help us finish him. Of course I will. I just didn't think that your zealous Order could make a mistake. That hoarding what you claim to denounce would cost humanity? We were doing what we thought we had to protect the city. So were all of us, utilizing the darkness against the enemies of humanity, while you excoriated us for it. I need to meditate on this. Guardian, there is no dredging your blade can't cut. It's a reflection of you. Today, I'm not proud of myself or my Order. Perhaps you can help us change.
The next step was for us to get Imperium uniforms for the Totality Division, so they could infiltrate the ship with us aboard the shuttle and sneak behind enemy lines as we enter. We battled to a firebase on Venus to destroy the shield generator of Nightfall Station, allowing us to breach the station itself. Anor briefs the Guardian on the mission, and Blue, who had grudges against Drifter for most of this campaign, is coming around a little bit. She wants to help her Guardian.
Are we friends, Hope?
Of course we are.
I've been having doubts about Six.
You know, the last emissary walked out on the 9. Took some doing, but she got there in the end.
I'm not an emissary, though. I'm nothing to the 9 but a broken weapon.
That's stealth out the window. Go on, Guardian. Ambush them back.
They passed the test. Now we wait for them to get here.
Hey, just enough time for a chat between friends.
Exactly what I was going to say to you. A few details to settle, and your fate is achieved. Perhaps we don't need Six to retake the city. We could do it. Just the two of us. I will be my own weapon. We have everything we need to fix what the Vanguard destroyed. We will free the people of the city from an immortal dictatorship. We choose who leads us, no one else. Six is near. I'm sick of this agony. What more do you want from me?
You can resist him, Bael. If you want freedom, you can take it.
I'm one stubborn mess of a ghost. Damn it, this is what I get. Icing out my Guardian. You got there in the end. Why dwell on it? Because he's only that honest when he's pulling the wool over someone's eyes. Why didn't I talk to him? Oh, you had your reasons. You're not the only one who gets fed up with him.
Precious and chosen weapon. Look what you have made. See down the valley of time how you shifted fate itself. With hopes city will be free of the light. Free to make its own choices.
Yes, brave weapon. I see your curiosity. I see your perseverance. I feel pride.
You're proud. Thank you. Thank you. Hope, we do this now. We will retake our home and tie to our benefactor in gratitude. Every light will be smothered and every ghost obliterated. Finally, we are needed. I know my purpose now. Show me I'm not alone in this stretch and hope, no matter what happens.
Anything you want. Tell Six I got my head around the vision he gave me. I know what path I'm gonna take.
I knew you would.
Our Shank way of entering the command center doesn't work, so Drifter tells us to enter, disable the shield, and walk in with our weapons on the ground. In Bael's eyes, in this confrontation, when the Drifter ends the weapon, the Guardian, the Drifter's vision would be fulfilled. He would be the one to lead the Imperium, or so he believes. But in this cutscene, Drifter enacts his own con plan and tries to take out Bael instead. Bael escapes.
Think something nice next time you see Rao. Her crew's disguises are perfect. Shut off the generator, and Nightfall Station's shields come tumbling down. Go on. Drifter knows what he's doing. I think.
Are you done, Hope? All stands ready for the weapon.
Yeah, weapons on their way. We're all in this together now.
Six, I am yours. Bend your head for the crown, or bend it in grief. You are called to your service eternal.
Understood.
You've done well. Finish it. And the Imperium is yours to lead.
Cool it, kid. They'll get everything that's coming to them. I need you, Blue.
You always do. You sold us out, you wretch. Why now?
Survival. Only one play left.
I've saved your sorry ass so many times. This is how it ends.
I got no choice.
Please don't do this! I can still help you!
You already have.
I chose you. And this is how you repay me?
Never trust a Trajan.
Get me out of here!
Where's your ghost, kid? Where's your ghost? Where's your ghost? When I kicked this gig off, I had a fear. I knew the Nine were behind Bael and the Imperium. Thought I'd do the scoundrel thing and leap before I look. Pull the rest of y'all with me. I let the hook set and didn't fight it. Thought it would be easier. to let fate drag me along as well.
Getting a little shaggy dog, Drifter.
I hurt you, Blue.
Yeah, you did. I won't forget that. Let's clean this up first.
Take it away, Blue.
Loom's flagship is in orbit around the Nightfall station. We're gonna hit it first. 2 birds, 1 stone. I'll take shotgun with the Guardian.
Whew. Pinching me that quick?
No, you're a ride. We're finishing this together.
Right. Together.
So we get some crazy intel in that cinematic. It turns out that Bael isn't a Guardian at all. He's actually just a normal human. His dad is a part of the Tex Mechanica weapon foundry in the city. So Bael is just a mortal dude, but was empowered by the Nine in this Imperium technology. Now don't get it twisted, he's still quite dangerous. You saw him take on lightsaber battles against Anur, who's an actual Guardian. But all of this does make sense for his story. He hates that the city is ruled by immortals who weren't elected. He himself is not immortal. In the final mission, we have a couple of tasks. First up, we hit Loom's flagship. In a brig, we rain down rockets and projectiles, destroying every enemy in our path. Loom speaks as we fight to his flight deck. He teleports away, but we crash his ship.
A legion directed by a lightless kid. I can't get over it. Bael's not a Guardian. He's just a punk with a gun. At first, I wondered if he lost his ghost, like Eris or Zavala. But his hate for them makes me doubt it. He's a planet killer. Bael brought hell to Mars and wants to do the same on Earth. And we made him. Let's hustle! Find a way to get these lasers down. If you run into Bael out there, make sure you do what Drifter couldn't. Bael's no Dark Guardian. He's just a man. Finish this.
Opposed weapon. Dredgen, you and the coward Hope are pretenders to the name. You intend to be an agent against prophecy, a razor to cut fate from its divine course. You are an object, nothing more.
Scion's got the ship locked down. I can't take control from here. Backtrack. We can take the main lift to the bridge. We'll face Loom directly. Imperium priority channel is howling. Catching you.
The inner's weapon approaches. Dredgen, I offer you tribute to eclipse the sun. Allow me to face them. Allow me this gift. Go, Loom. Kill them. Rise, weapon. Rise, thing. I offer you this charity. A place in my regiment. Eclipse is anathema to you, but it fuels my cuirass. With it, I will crush you. You and Bael deserve each other. You will fight forever. Though you are immortal, you will find the Celestial Master has made him difficult to kill. Our Empress no longer provides. You and that Earthborn Awoken have seen to that. Your people have taken root inside us and rotted us from within.
You've got him on the ropes. Here until you need me, Blue. You got my number?
I got your number. Got you on speed dial. And, thanks. Thank you. You know, for apologizing.
All right, buckle up, Ace. Sending you the Sparrow now.
Heading out on a flying Sparrow-like vehicle, we board the Nightfall station and race to the center where the core is located. We damage it and escape just in time. Drifter and Anur battle Bael out in space, and the Nightfall station is destroyed.
It's a straight shot to the weapon core at the end of the trench.
You won this moment, weapon. Enjoy your triumph. Glory delayed will be twice the sweeter when harvested. You will fall the next time we meet.
Stasis walls ahead. Where are those coming from?
That's Bael above. Keep it moving. I'll deal with them.
No! Stay in orbit. If you get hit, we're all dead. Pulling anchors, keep the Nightfall weapon stable. Blow them up. No weapon, no power. That'll put those 9 in one hell of a bind. Right, Drifter?
Blue? Blue!
I'm here, D. Still with ya. Eclipse energy is spiking. The weapon is preparing to fire. Blue, can you get through to the Drifter? No. Nothing. It's okay. He'll be there. There's our exit, Ace. Let's go!
Hero. Ah, damn it. I'm reading multiple engine signatures.
Hope you're comfy in the trunk, Guardian. Only room for me and Blue up here. Couldn't let you hog all the glory.
Is the weapon ready? Energy levels are fluctuating. Will it fire? Yes, Lord Bael.
And the Vanguard had its chance. Now we liberate the last city.
You don't have to do this, kid.
You've shown me that I do. I'll walk this path alone.
We have you. Taken.
Thanks, Fire Team.
Don't thank us yet. The Vanguard wants to talk.
The Vanguard have dropped all charges against you. But there's still a debt to pay.
Yeah, but them too. I know I played it reckless. But cozying up to Bael was the best way to protect the crew. Kind of plan that makes sense when it's just me on my own. Less so when there's other folks. When there's you.
You were never at risk of losing yourself to the Nine.
I know.
Nevertheless, Dredgen Bael remains on the loose. Dark Guardian cells across the system are resurgent.
Yeah. Dredgen Bael's still out there too. There'll be a reckoning when new meets old. The system caught in between.
And what will you do about it?
I'm not sure what our heroes thinking these days, but the Vanguard and I are done. I'm lucky they're letting me keep Gambit. Blue and I had a heart-to-heart. Pretty much ordered me to get out there, clean up my own mess. For once. So I reckon I'll go hunt me some Dredgens. And deal with 6 and the 9 as they come.
A worthy pursuit. Here. To replace what you lost. A token to remind you that wherever you are, you have a home to come back to, and a fire team to welcome you.
So there you have the campaign of Renegades. The crew destroyed the Nightfall station. Bael and Loom are still out there, and Drifter even mentions Dredgen Bael, which is kind of cool. That's Shin Malphur. Meanwhile, Drifter will take a backseat from city affairs for a while, hunt Dredgens instead, and maybe pop up when he's needed with the Nine. Anur and the Guardian's bond strengthens as she grants us the Cormorant Seal and entry into the Praxic Order. So the outer members of the 9 and 6 still have their devious plans. It will be interesting to see where this leads over the next months and expansions. So that was the summary of the main story. There are some scannable and some dialogues you can hear in Tharsis after this, and of course, tons of lore cards to read. So if you want to see more about the story, make sure you subscribe. Here is a summary for those of you that skipped to this point in the video. Renegades picks up 2 months after the Edge of Fate, where the death of 3, one of the 9, has destabilized Earth and left behind a prophecy. Bind the 9 or face universal extinction. As the Vanguard hides this truth, the Drifter forms a rogue crew, including Ido, Eris Morn, and Anur to investigate strange new threats. They steal an encrypted Imperium disk, only to face Premier Loom and Dredgen Bael, a sinister figure tied to the Drifter's past. As the team unveils the secrets of this disk, they uncover Bael's alliance with 6 of the 9, and a devastating superweapon called Nightfall Station, designed to extinguish light itself and open a portal for the outer members of the 9 once powered by all of those deaths. Through missions across Mars, Venus, Europa, and Tharsis, the crew battles the Imperium and rival syndicates, infiltrates enemy strongholds, and learns that Bael was once a mortal corrupted by the Praxic Order's experiments with darkness. In the end, Drifter deceives Bael. The Guardian helps destroy Nightfall Station, and the team halts the 9's plans for now. Bael and Loom survive, and the Drifter retreats from city politics as the Guardian earns a place in the Praxic Order, setting the stage for some darker conflicts to come. But anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. If you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like it, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.